Hi, I'm Chef Raphael. On today's video, I'm showing you how to make delicious roast vegetables. This is a medley of vegetables that includes potatoes, zucchini, carrots, onions, peppers. It's a simple recipe to follow. On this recipe, you'll learn how to introduce the spices that I've used on this recipe that makes them unique. And I'm using the fresh fry cooking oil with ginger oil. That will also add some nice ginger flavor. Very simple. Watch till the end, you see how simple it is. And if I could take one, this carrot is calling me. Now, the thing about roasting vegetables, it makes the vegetables actually become sweeter. So this carrot is actually sweeter. I can taste a little bit of the cinnamon, which is part of the ingredients. Watch till the end, you see how simple it is to make it. Let's get cooking. So welcome to the show. Now in this episode with healthy living recipes, I'm actually using the fresh fry with ginger oil. Now this is my oil of choice for this recipe, but you can definitely use whether you either the garlic one, the one with the garlic oil, or even the original fresh fry. Remember, fresh fry is the only cooking oil in Kenya that has been endorsed by the Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Institute, basically certifying it as healthy. And on this recipe, I'm still keeping with the theme of healthy eating. It's about the vegetables. Now, so whenever you're cooking, and this is especially the case when you have guests, sometimes vegetables can be a little bit tricky in terms of the way you cook them to get flavor out of them. When you have guests, let's say you have a lot of things that you're cooking rice, you're cooking meat, you know all that. You can actually use the oven. And in this recipe, I'm using the oven to cook these vegetables. All I need to do is to season them. I cut them into big chunky pieces, basically not too big, not too small. The potatoes, the courgettes, and you can use any vegetables. I chose to have the potatoes, especially with the skin on. It's even healthier when they have the skin on, if you didn't know. All you need to do for the potatoes is make sure you clean them. You can use the green pad for washing the dishes. Just make sure it doesn't have soap, and just scrub any loose dirt and to get them clean. Now, when that is done, put all the vegetables in a suitable tray for your oven, and then season. When you're seasoning, I used a little bit of cinnamon powder, paprika powder, salt and pepper, and that's it. What I wanted you to learn in terms of the seasoning, you can use salt and pepper by itself. I chose to use cinnamon because cinnamon is usually used whenever you're making sweet desserts, or for example, but when you use it in food, especially when you're roasting vegetables like this, it gives a nice flavor. So all that is left after that is adding the fresh fry cooking oil. Now I chose the one with ginger because it has a nice ginger flavor that will complement the vegetable flavor and then make everything taste yummy. You can still use the garlic one. You just choose whichever one you want, or even the original fresh fry. After that, all that is left is to put them in the oven. And again, this recipe is also to encourage you to actually cook using your oven. When you cook the vegetables, they will come out very nice, and I'll show you how they look after they are done. I've put them in the oven at 220 degrees. The whole point is to make sure that the vegetables are soft and a little bit roasted. So the timing is dependent on the size of the vegetables, or so you have very big ones, they'll take a longer time. If you have the potatoes, maybe the potatoes, like in my case, will the ones which will take a longer time. Just keep an eye on them. 15 to 20 minutes should be the time, but again, it depends on the size. I'll show you how they look when they're done. So now the vegetables are ready. Look, this is exactly what I wanted. Now, when it came to the timing, it took about 20 minutes. And like I said, when I was putting them in the oven, it actually depends on the size of the cut that you have made. So, and in this case, the one that also takes a longer time is the potato. So when the potato is soft, this is exactly the color I wanted. Nice and brown. I can smell the paprika and especially the cinnamon, especially when it was cooking, it has a nice flavor. The oil is not too much, yet it has some flavor to it. All that is left is serving. And just looking at this, I'm just want to take a piece of the potato. Perfectly crunchy and cooked. Not overcooked. Seasoning is perfect. It's an all-rounded vegetable dish. You can actually serve this by itself or with an accompaniment of a protein. In this case, I'm actually going to serve it with some chicken. All that is left is serving, and then we end. So there you have it. I've served it with some roast chicken, also healthy. This is the one I have cooked without the skin on. I will put the link on how to cook the chicken in the description of this video. So like I was saying earlier, when it comes to cooking, this is another alternative you can consider when cooking vegetables as an accompaniment or even as vegetables. I mean, this is another way of cooking vegetables and as an accompaniment. Instead of cooking them on a pan, put them in the oven. They look great. They actually look so sophisticated whenever you're serving your guests this or even your family. Hope you'll enjoy yours when you make it. Let me know in the comment section when you do, and what other vegetables would you prefer to add to this combination that I have put, or what would you put? I'm signing out. I'm Chef Raphael, and until next time, goodbye.